Hi everyone, hope you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin once again. Thank you for your support. Okay, so right now I'm looking at DXY. Okay, as you're fully aware, we've got this correlation with the DXY, haven't we? Some people say it's not correlated, but I will show you that right now. At the moment, you can see, I think I was literally the only YouTuber that was saying that DXY was bearish up here, and you're forming a rising wedge just here. And you know, if you do start to fall out of this way you see Bitcoin pump, where you can see round about the 20th of July here, where it started to top out, start to roll back and lose support. This is where you've seen Bitcoin rally. Okay, so there is a correlation. I will show you that in a moment, but at the moment with the DXY, you can see it's losing the daily 55. So if you do come down to this particular level, this way you can potentially see the continuation just here. Okay, because you do Bitcoin's having a bit of a pullback at the minute. It's having a healthy retracement, which is good for Bitcoin. Okay, because you do want to see that healthy retracement. I'm going to go through that with you in a moment, but this is good for Bitcoin. Okay, a lot of people say it's not, or it's uncorrelated, but in actual fact it is, and I'm going to show you why in a moment. But this is what we're anticipating for the DXY and crypto. Okay, the DXY is going to fall here in this continuation pattern. Okay, it's a continuation pattern. It's horizontal, as you're fully aware. You've hit your head on resistance, lose this level of support, come down to this level of support. You may rally here as you get close to the apex here. This way you see, you know, either this turn bullish and come up. That's inflation, which we're anticipating next year. I know you follow Alessio Rastani because I've directed a lot of my subscribers to him, but listen to what he's saying. He doesn't see it yet. He's hedging his bets for the future. Okay, so deflation, in my opinion, I'm up there with him. I do suspect we will hit deflation, but not just yet. We're going to go into inflation, possibly hyperinflation before we get deflation. Okay, but it is a potential play, isn't it? So right now you can see, you know, the DXY is on a journey, isn't it? And potentially this is a breakdown target of the DXY, and this is where you will see the continuation of the bull run and that fifth wave up for Bitcoin, in my opinion. But again, not financial advice, and just because I see it doesn't mean it has to happen. But so far so good. Everything is coming to fruition. Okay, so I'm going to show you some key levels on Bitcoin in a moment, but what I want to do is show you this correlation. So what I'm going to do is switch to total market cap just there for crypto, so you can get a broader view of what's going on. So at the moment you can see it's having a bit of a correction at the moment, which is normal. It's perfectly healthy. So looking at the total market cap on the daily time frame here, this is a total market capitalization of crypto, including Bitcoin. The ticker is total. Okay, take a look at this chart. It's good. It's clever. It's cool. It shows you where key levels of support are for the total market cap. You know, it speaks volumes for itself. So right now you've came down. You've basically made a triple bottom. It's very correlated to the Bitcoin price action, to be honest with you, even though it includes all the cryptos. This is how much of a front runner Bitcoin is, and you know, this is pretty much a mirror image of Bitcoin's chart, to be honest with you. So right now you can see you bottomed out. You created a beautiful buy and go to the beat signal from CoinsKid on the daily. Look at that. Okay, you got that beautiful 10 go over the 20. You're now getting the 10 almost going over the 55. You've got overextended. You're coming back looking for support. Okay, healthy, normal, good. So what I'm going to do right now is show you potentially the next wave up based off Fibonacci. Okay, so you could see potentially this way you could see the market capitalization, the market cap of crypto push on to 4.278 trillion. Okay, so think about that. That's that appreciation across the board for crypto of this next wave that's starting to form right now. If we hold key levels of support, this way you can see the continuation of the bull run and a potential 4.27 trillion dollar market cap for crypto. We topped out at 2.5 before we got overextended and had this correction, which you're fully aware of. Okay, so potentially, you know, you could get there on the next wave up if we get a retracement and a continuation. So towards the end of the year you could be looking at a $4.2 trillion market cap, and you know, towards the middle of next year, end of next year perhaps, you could be looking at a $7.33 trillion market cap for crypto. And that, with that, all your altcoins, Bitcoin, everything is going to appreciate. Okay, so obviously you're fully aware at the moment there is, I'm saying there's a correlation between this and the DXY. So I'm going to show you this correlation because a lot of people can see this. So I'm going to try and explain it as best as I can for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do is compare. Now to drop a comparison price action in, or any particular ticker, go up to compare, type it in like that. Okay, and I'm going to drop the DXY in. What you do, search DXY if you want to do this yourself. DXY, hover over it and click new price scale, just like that. Okay, so that drops it in. So it does it to scale for you, okay? So you can see right now, let me explain this to you, okay? So this is the start of the market cap for, let's auto this. This is the start of the bull run for crypto just here last September, okay? So you had this correction, as you're fully aware. Well, basically just here, to be honest with you, that's your market cap, that's your start down here. So you can see that from this point, from this corona dump, effectively, the DXY was up there, massively topped out, okay? You can see that the bull run started for crypto just here, okay? With that, the DXY fell. Look at this, falling. Then you can see as Bitcoin starts to top out, or crypto, I do apologize, as the crypto starts to top out just there, you can see that it starts to rally upwards, okay? Then there was a bit of more of a correction and a rollover for the DXY just there, where you can see now it's starting to pick up. Do you see this? It's starting to pick up just there, which led to the downfall and the correction of Bitcoin, of crypto, basically. Now just there, you bottomed out. Now you can see that the DXY is falling just there, okay? So you can see that this is where crypto is rallying. Do you see that? So whenever there's a massive downside to the DXY, okay, this is where you see the full rally for crypto. Look, there's a correlation. Falling DXY, rising crypto. Do you see that? And these little in between troughs are noise before we continue with the trend. And right now the DXY is in a continuation pattern, a horizontal triangle. So effectively what I'm trying to say is I'm seeing potentially one more big wave down for the DXY, which I've given you your targets, which will see the big wave up for the crypto market cap. Do you see that? Before we top out, we roll over, and then we enter potentially something called deflation, which will see the DXY rally again, potentially to new highs over a few years, however many years it is, God knows. So that's a potential play. Now you can see the correlation. Look at this wave 3 high, wave 3 high. Do you see this? So pullback just there. Do you see that? So right now you can see, pullback just there. Look at the correlation. Wave 3 high, the bottom of the DXY, okay, came up, made a high low, which is good, to be honest with you, but you've come up and you've made a lower high, and effectively you're rolling here. So there's a correlation. If you do see the DXY roll and continue with the trend, i.e. the horizontal, this is where you're going to see crypto rally into that new wave 5 high, okay? So it's a potential play. It doesn't mean it has to happen, okay? But you know that deflation is around the corner. A lot of people are thinking it's today and tomorrow, but it's always a lagging indicator, like Alessio says. If you follow Alessio, yeah, he says it's a lag. It lags. So basically, the bonds are stocking up on the bonds right now, and it's always a lagging indicator of what's coming. So 6 to 12 months, and that sort of tallies in with our wave 5 high. You know, in the next 6 months to 1 year's time, this is where we see the end of this crypto run before we do enter that sort of bear market for crypto. And potentially, you know, that's where you come back down to those levels which I've spoken to you about in a previous video in the week, okay? So where we do anticipate Bitcoin to top and come back to form the next crypto cycle, okay? So that's basically Bitcoin and crypto, really. There is a correlation between, you know, the falling of a DXY and the pumping of Bitcoin and crypto. There is, if you look back in the history, okay? So look, we entered this bear market here. You see this bear market, and what happened to the DXY? Pumped, okay? Start of the bull market, what did it do? It fell. Do you see this? So yeah, do with that information what you want. Again, not financial advice, and I'm just saying what I'm seeing. I'm not feeding you a spiel. I'm telling you what I see in the charts, just relaying it to you, okay? So yeah, that's basically crypto. And what I'm going to do is jump onto Bitcoin right now and show you some key targets that I've not shown you potentially for where Bitcoin needs to come back to, okay? So what I want to show you is this, okay? This is a daily time frame, as you're fully aware. We are in a falling wedge. We've broken out of this falling wedge. We're coming back up to retrace and test as resistance. We're doing that right now. We're holding it. You know, we've ran into it as a brick wall, which is good. You do want to see that. We're falling back to a key level of support. If we can hold a support, this way you see the momentum and the build up of the pressure of the buying again, and you know, for the next wave up, because you've got to see these cool downs, okay? You've got to appreciate you've had 9 green daily candles. Come back, hold key levels of support, which I've given you in a retracement, okay? And this way you can see the bounce and smash up, build up the power and momentum to smash up and break this level of resistance, because if you do, like I've said to you, I do apologise, that needs to be a bit lower. This is where you could see the potential pump, because there's nothing there. Look, there's nothing there. There's no sort of level of consolidation or any kind of resistance just here, okay? This way you could see a massive surge and a potential pump all the way up to that, okay, which is a 23% pump, which would trace to this level of resistance that you created for yourself in this falling wedge. Now, obviously, you're fully aware that we have this upper target, which is the all-time high as well of this large falling wedge. It's all bullish. It's reversal. You've got step 1, step 2, step 3, okay, but you're not going to get there overnight. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long drawn out process, and it's going to take time. But there are key levels of resistance up above that you do need to see broken, because if you don't, you're creating something called a dead cat bounce. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. I did say to the followers on Twitter I would talk to you about this morning. Okay, so right now you're retracing from this low to this all-time high for Bitcoin, just there. Okay, so there is a thing called a dead cat bounce. Right, so basically when the market corrects or rolls over and enters a bear market, you make a high and you roll over. I'll show you in an image, okay, might make it easier. I'll show you in this image. So a dead cat bounce chart, price reacts to news and swiftly moves along a trend, up it goes, okay, and then what happens is you come down, you make a low, and then you retrace, and the retracement is usually about 50%, if not a little bit more, sometimes up to the golden ratio. I'm going to show you that in a moment, before getting rejected and continuing with a downtrend, i.e. a dead cat bounce. You've heard that terminology, okay? So let's explain that to you. Okay, it works in 4 ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, basically. There is a potential that we could enter a dead cat bounce and this be a bear market, you're fully aware, but at the moment it's not a bear market, it's a correction, okay? And until we start to paint those signals, we're not in a bear market, and that's what I'm trying to say to you. We created this beautiful falling wedge pattern, which is a reversal pattern, okay? Just like this particular pattern here was a reversal pattern that I gave you, okay? You're in a rising wedge, and what did you do? You fell back and you came to support, and you've carried out that correction of the rising wedge. And this is why I was able to give you the 2800 target, because this is where you ran into the level of support, you created for yourself in this rising wedge, you rolled over, you came to the target. That's why I was so bang on with to the dollar. I think it was the only YouTuber who were telling you put some bids on at 2800, and that's exactly where it's bounced in this low in this market. So it was really easy to do, because it was where you formed the rising wedge. Do you see that? And you've came back down, you've tested it, you held its support, boom, see you later. You're now picking up, and you're carrying out the pattern that's in play, which is the falling wedge. You've hit level 1, you've got level 2, and then level 3 is the retracement to the all-time high, which is the pattern at play. Do you see that? So within that, you've also got the scenario that you could form a dead cat bounce. Now a dead cat bounce, obviously, you've came down, you made a high, you made a low, you're retracing, okay, you've come into a level of resistance, which you're fully aware, you're retracing to a level of support for continuation. Now, if you do start to see Bitcoin come up, okay, what would be really good is if you break the 050, which is a 43,260. What would be even better to eliminate the fact that you're getting a dead cat bounce here is come up and break through the golden ratio, okay? Because if you break above 47580 and hold it as support, your dead cat bounce and your bear market is out the window, and your A, B, C correction into a bear market is out the window. And potentially you would be looking at that full retracement here to the all-time high, where you would go on, okay, and you would be looking at a 100k Bitcoin on the 1618 extension, and potentially, pushing up there to the 2.272, $180, $180, 180k per Bitcoin, which is our target up here at 200k, okay, of wave 5, which is what we're expecting after this wave 4 deep wave pullback, which is heinous, but when you find your bottom, it's all good. But like I said to you, the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. And I do remember, okay, making these videos, I was literally, I'm not joking, I was the only YouTuber screaming at you, take profits, we're in a reversal pattern just here, a rising wedge, we're going to come back down to a key level of support, before continuation. We had a heinous rising wedge just there, do you see that? Look, overextended, just like we did here. You had little blowouts and fake outs. Look, fake outs, but you were in a pattern. Do you see this? This is why I was able to give every one of my subscribers the target of 2800 down here, okay? Now, obviously, it didn't get there overnight. Just like this retracement to this height is not going to get there overnight. Look, even fell out the pattern, okay? Wow, we're going 2800. Picked up, he's talking out his arse. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He came back up and tested the key level resistance, but continuing with the trend and the target and eventually getting there. So you're in a very, very similar scenario here for Bitcoin. Rising wedge, okay? Breakdown target, 2800, met, boom. Falling wedge. Breakup target, you've broken out. Target 1, met. Target 2, potentially met. Invalidating the dead cat bounce. Target 3, can it be met? This is what we're anticipating for Bitcoin. So who said crypto was boring? Anyway, you know, this is what's in front of us. Until we start to roll over and create lower lows and lose key levels of support, we are not in a bear market. And I'll keep saying that to you. So remember, the pattern that's in play is valid until invalidated away. Take care, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow with another Bitcoin update. That's a bit long today. I do apologize. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.